Hi, this is Curlbro, and I support GenXGrownUp on Patreon, and you should too. And if you don't, I hope you leave enough room for my fists, because I'm going to ram it in your stomach and break your spine. Just go to GenXGrownUp.com/Patreon to sign up today.
No life, no fun. Don't you know that you're a grown-up?
Gen X Grown Up is a YouTube channel, website, and audio podcast you're listening to right now. All made for and by people who love exploring media, games, tech, and toys of yesterday and today through the eyes of Gen Xers who refuse to grow up.
Your dinner cannot just be French fries. Basically, life sucks as a grown-up.
Welcome back, Gen X Grown Up podcast listener, to this episode 204 of the Gen X Grown Up podcast. I'm John. Joining me, as always, of course, the incredulous Mo. Hey, Mo.
Hey, how's it going?
You can never believe it. You know that George is here. Hey, man.
Hey, how's it going, everybody?
Good. You know, this episode, we're going to reflect on the premiere of the latest entry in the Star Trek franchise, get our brick on with a new Lego set fashioned after an era-defining gaming console, and return to a highly reviewed post-apocalyptic open-world adventure game set in Sin City. There's a lot of alliteration there. I like it.
Quite a bit.
Before we do any of those topics, of course, are coming later in the show. First, it's time for some fourth listener email. There's three of us here. We may listen, not always guaranteed, but if anyone else does, you are considered our fourth listener. And the fourth listener for this episode is Matt M. Thank you, Matt, for writing in. Here's what Matt had to say. His subject line of his email, by the way, was going through old episodes. So he kind of has a series of small questions. Yeah, that's right, Mo. That's right. Here's what he says. Hello, y'all. I have been going through all the old episodes, and I have a few questions. So,
okay.
Question number one. What happened to looking back at looking forward? I know George doesn't like it, but who cares?
Well, apparently I do.
George cares. One person cares. I guess it wasn't super popular, and we kind of added the end of year thing, the Geek Gift Guide at the end of the year now. So I feel like maybe we added that. We kind of phased out the looking back on looking forward to. We did about 3 years in a row, I think, in the beginning. Does anybody have any different recollections of what happened? Just kind of disappeared.
Yeah, I mean, we kind of went through the whole, one, going back through everything to see what we didn't watch or didn't talk about was kind of a pain in the ass, to be quite honest.
Yeah, a little laundry list.
And trying to remember, like, why didn't I watch this one? Or why didn't I talk about this one? I don't know. I just think, I think like this year we did like kind of the best of the year kind of thing, which I think is
that was fun. Yeah.
That was more fun, I think. And I think got a little bit of reception. So, yeah.
Yep. Some things stay, some things don't. Thanks for noticing, Matt, at least. I like that. It was my idea and just nobody else liked it but me. So we let it go. He says, speaking of George.
Oh, Lord.
What the hell? What a segue.
Right? Well, he said because George didn't like the looking bad. So speaking of George, how's his wife doing? I'm at the point where she is recovering from a stroke. We haven't talked about it much, George. Are you comfortable kind of giving an update to the listeners?
Yeah. It's odd that this came up and this is just complete happenstance. I was like, I probably need to put an update in the Discord channel where we often talk about the difficult things that go on in our life and everybody chimes in to support the people. I was like, it's been a while because I kind of started that forum channel with my wife's stroke stuff kind of in mind because I just needed a place to, vent more than anything.
Sure.
And I would say that right now, she is still on a path to recovery. I don't know that she'll ever be off of a path to recovery because her stroke was so massive and in such a bad place in the brain that she's never going to be 100% what she was. Not to mention the fact that she's getting older. These are years now since the stroke has happened. It's been 2 years and a few months. We, slow down and things break on us as we get older that don't recover well, just as part of natural life. Right. So I think she's doing tremendous. I know I'm kind of burying the lead a little bit, but, we have recently talked with her therapist and she's going to do the cognitive test for driving. Now, this is just in front of a computer. It's not physically in a car, in a seat or anything like that, but it's a big mental step for her because she really wants to get back to driving. That's one of the things that, it takes away your freedom when you lose your
independence. Right.
So,
exactly.
Yeah.
Right.
And then this weekend, actually, tomorrow will be the first time that she's going to attempt cooking a full meal by herself. Right. And I'm talking about the cutting, the cooking, everything.
What time's dinner? I'll be there.
Yeah, really.
Right. she wanted to go with one of her all-time favorites, which is adobo, which is one of our all-time favorites. She does a really great job. It's going to be chicken and pork. And she's going to have, some fine cutting skills stuff with the vegetables and with the meat and everything. And then she's going to have to be careful around the stove and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, I'm taking up a lot of time to say she is on a solid path to recovery. I don't think she'll get to 100%, but we're another step closer to 95%.
That's awesome.
That's awesome. Yeah, I don't think I'll ever be at 100% again. So she's doing fine.
Yeah.
You guys just went on a vacation we talked about a few weeks ago. Matt's probably not caught up to that, but you hadn't done that in a long time, forever. So
yeah,
very cool. All right. So Matt, there's your update. All good news. Happy to hear. And finally, his third question is from the Playing Outside episode. He just wanted to know, did anyone ever play Bike Wars? We would ride our bikes at each other and try to knock each other off the bike onto the road, which was gravel with ditches. Last one wins.
That sounds like a George thing. It definitely sounds like a
like
more George thing.
We know about the go-kart story where you lost your toe, but what about the
I didn't lose my toe.
Wars?
I lost my toenail.
No nail, whatever.
I still have my toe.
All right.
Whatever. It's a big difference.
All right. You have your toes. For everyone listening, George has all 10 toes, allegedly. But yes.
He may have 11.
We haven't counted.
That's true. Maybe I could stand to lose one.
Now, I never played Bike Wars. It sounds like jousting. I never did that necessarily. No.
Oh, we did the jousting on bikes. Yeah.
Did you? Okay. That kind of sounds like Bike Wars. So there you go. That figures. You're right, Mo. It's a George kind of thing. You're right. So, and this came in during our break. He just wraps up the email, says, y'all have a good holiday season, which is now just in the rearview mirror. Matt. Thank you, Matt. Some good updates there, and conspicuously timely question that George is going to kind of update us anyway. So well done. Thank you for writing in. We certainly appreciate that you listen. We'd love that you write in. Let us know what you think. Follow-up questions that you have, all that good stuff. Look, fourth listener, if you'd like your email featured here on the show, it is drop dead easy. Just fire off an email to podcast@GenXGrownUp.com, where we read every single one. And most of them, just like Matt's, is probably going to make the show. All right, with that good business in the rearview mirror, it's time to jump into the body of episode 204 right after this very quick break. You're listening to Gen X Grown Up. But if you have a friend who's not yet listening, why not? Tell them about us. They'll thank you later.
Dad, send the money by noon, or you won't be coming to my graduation in June.
Send the money today, or your father and I could be washed away. Darling, I've run into a little trouble. Could you send $150 on the double?
To send someone money fast, come to Western Union. We'll make sure it gets to any of our 9,000 locations, usually in 15 minutes or less.
That's okay. I'll get the door.
Western Union, the fastest way to send money.
Let's get cooking, talking about media we have been enjoying. Now, we had a couple of weeks off for a rewind cycle. So, as always, it's so much. There's already so much stuff. And it's what are we going to talk about? And I'm going to start with you, George, because I noticed that what you selected was something that I remember you were looking forward to a couple episodes ago.
Yeah. Spartacus House of Asher. I finally was able to start watching it. There's still another episode or two as we're recording this to come out. I was looking forward to it, but I was dubious because what they're doing with this new series. So for those of you who are unaware, Spartacus was a series, not AMC Plus. I forgot who it is. Doesn't matter. Anyway,
pick a streamer.
It was on somebody's Plus. That's all I remember. They basically retold the story of the famous gladiator Spartacus and his revolution in the Roman Empire. It was a bit controversial because of all the really graphic sex and violence that was in the series, but it told a wonderful story. The acting was top notch on it. And one of the characters that everybody loved to hate was Asher. He was another gladiator, slave, but he couldn't fight because he had been injured in the games. But he was very devious and cunning, so he ended up siding with the Romans against Spartacus's group, even though he really felt more akin to them, but it was because they basically rejected him at every turn and, shit on him and everything else.
Okay.
At the end of the third season, he gets killed by one of the other characters in it, and he's gone. Now, the actor is a tremendous actor. He's gone on to do other things. But a lot of people missed him in the show in that final season because he was such a good actor and such a great character. What they did was they said, you know what? We want to tell a new story in the Spartacus universe, but we can't because Spartacus is dead. All his people are dead. What are we going to do? There's no more revolutions, right? So let's tell one that never actually happened about Asher. Let's pretend that he went to the underworld, and while he was in the underworld, one of the spirits re-gifted him life and changed history so that instead of him being killed by Spartacus's group, he's the man who actually kills Spartacus at the end of that story.
Oh, that's interesting.
It is. It's a very weird way to get into a new series, right?
Like a different timeline, kind of, right? Sort of.
It's definitely multiverse.
It's like the Kelvin timeline in Star Trek.
Yeah, Kelvin, sure.
They just change things, but they keep everything in the same universe. So because he kills Spartacus and saves the super really popular rich Roman guy, that rich Roman guy frees him and gives him the house where they were all slaves to begin with, the House of Batiotus in the original series. So now he is a Lanista, a person who puts slaves into the arena, runs his own house, but he's still Asher, and everybody still knows that he was a former slave. He's from Syria. He's looked down upon, but he's still super cunning, and he has no real memories of what happened in the real timeline.
Okay.
Right, for him, this is reality.
So there was the fork when he died, and it just changed at that point. It was different.
Like as soon as the being brings him back, which by the way is played by Xena Warrior Princess Lady, because she was the wife in the original
Lucy
series.
Lawless?
And Lucy Lawless is the spirit that puts him back into the regular. She's great. He goes back, and I was dubious because it's kind of like the old Battlestar Galactica syndrome. Don't mess with my original Battlestar Galactica.
Yeah.
And then that turned out to be fucking awesome. And I was sad that I didn't watch it for a season and a half. I think this is kind of the same thing, although I forced myself to start watching it, so I didn't miss it. And it's really good, and I'm really invested in the character.
Oh, good.
And because when you have a bad character, an evil character in a series, that they humanize just enough for you to kind of like a little bit, I find that I like this character a lot now that he's kind of the good guy in this story.
Okay.
They're doing a great job. There's a lot of good twists and turns, a lot of sex and violence, just like the original series.
That's what I need to know.
Yeah, there is. It's still the same gratuitous sex and violence. They haven't changed any of that. Storylines are just as complicated and political as they ever were. It's well worth a watch if you enjoyed the original series.
Okay.
If you didn't, don't watch this. It's not going to be your thing because it's more of the same.
More of that.
Just
fair.
Different characters, new stories, same great quality.
Well, I think for fans, that's what they want, is more of the same with a new story, which is what you're getting.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Sure.
So,
okay.
Real solid. And like I said, I can recommend it, but what I really wanted to watch, and my son wants to watch it with me, we just haven't coordinated times, is the one that Mo has on the list for today. So I'm really interested to hear what he thought of this film.
Yeah, the film is Begonia. I don't know if you guys have, George obviously has heard of it. I don't know if you've heard of it. It has Emma Stone, and it is a weird but a little more grounded. Do you remember the movie Poor Things? I don't know if you guys saw it with Emma Stone, where she's like a Frankenstein kind of like.
I remember it. I didn't get a chance to watch it. Yeah,
It's along the same vein. It's very kind of like offbeat, whatever. It has Jesse Plemons in it.
Yeah. Now that's the guy I wanted to see.
Yeah. Who I think looks like he lost a lot of weight for this role too. So it's him and his cousin, and he is convinced that aliens are here on Earth and they are manipulating things. And he's convinced that Emma Stone is one of them.
Like she's like a big rich CEO.
And she's a huge CEO for this pharmaceutical company. And they kidnap her essentially. And he's trying to make her confess to being an alien. And when he first explains this to her, she's like, huh? Like,
are you serious?
What? What do you, she's like, how do I even answer that? It is really interesting because it does a really good job of creating backstory where the character, Jesse Plemons' character, where you kind of see how he got to where he is. There's a progression. Like you see how he got there with very small little, flashbacks and stuff, not huge. And it was just very, very well done. His cousin is, I forget the name of the person who plays his cousin, but it's his first time acting. He is actually autistic on the spectrum, and his cousin is like very much so as a character as well.
Oh, so the actor is and the character is as well.
And the characters as well.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, and the cousin's just going along because Jesse Plemons' character is like so like powerful, like convinced, and he's so sure of himself, and his cousin's just kind of follows with him and does what he wants, does what he says and all this stuff. But it is a super, super interesting movie. It ends well. I'm not I don't want to ruin it for anybody.
Sure. Oh yeah,
saying
please
any more about it. But saying any more about it, I'll just say it ends well. Like the end of the movie, we're like, like thinking a lot at the end of the movie. It was just overall just a really, really well done film.
I love the fact that it's a conspiracy theory story wrapped inside a mystery, is at least what I got from the trailer.
Yeah.
And I'm hoping that ending resolves it one way or the other. I don't care. I just like it to at least kind of resolve it, because this type of film is one of those that I don't think really needs a sequel, right? It should just be a standalone type of movie.
It's like a story. Yeah.
Yeah. But I did want to ask you a question, and that's, so you mentioned Emma Stone and Jesse Plemons, who were two of my favorites, and I was desperate to see them in this movie, but also Alicia Silverstone, who's kind of making a Renaissance comeback of late. She's got that TV show that I enjoyed from last year, and now she's in this movie. Does she have a significant role, or is she just kind of window dressing off to the side?
She's window dressing off to the side. It's really almost the whole movie is the three of them.
Okay.
For the most part.
Right, because they have her captive, right? So I can imagine you probably spent a lot of time with them arguing and yelling at each other or something. From the poster, I haven't seen it, no spoiler. She gets her head shaved by them. I'm sure that's involuntary, right?
Oh yeah, very, very much so. And she actually shaved her head for the movie. Yeah. So,
wow.
She's one of those kind of actors who's will do anything for the role. I never felt one way or the other about her really until recently. Between Poor Things and this movie, I'm like, wow, she is a really good actor. But again, it's totally worth seeing. It's right now. I think you can find it on various streaming services at this point, I believe. But it's definitely worth the time to see for sure.
Yeah, it's out there in the public domain.
Yeah, and that too.
We knew you'd know.
So, and the funny that George was looking forward to something I wanted to see. John was looking forward to something that I wanted to see and haven't had a chance to yet.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
I'm going to talk. Yeah. We're the kind of dorks that are going to talk about the new series from Star Trek. Star Trek Starfleet Academy.
Yeah.
Just premiered as we record this. It's been a week ago when you hear this, but just yesterday as it comes out. Now, whether or not anyone's seen this on the show or not, I wouldn't spoil anything. Mo just said he hasn't seen anything. George, get a chance to watch the what's out
hell
yet?
Yeah.
Okay, excellent. All right, so I'm clearly not going to give any spoilers or anything that wasn't a trailer or anything. And frankly, if you're one of those people that don't want to know anything about it, maybe, jump forward 10 minutes in the show if you want to hear anything, but I'm not going to spoil anything. In this modern era of Star Trek, there is a lot of chest thumping and drum beating about it's new Trek. It's not what I'm used to. It's not the old thing. They've broken everything. It's terrible. What's Alex Kurtzman smoking? And there have been hits and misses. I'm not the hugest fan of Discovery. First couple seasons of Picard were not awesome. But taken as a whole, George disagrees, which is fine, and every fan is going to. Yeah. But everything I have watched, I have enjoyed on some level because they do such a good job of continuing to weave this tapestry that, in much the way that Star Wars does, I'm sure you know, Mo, and of course George does too. Yeah. Star Trek does that maybe to an nth degree where every little character and stuff, not just the main five people, but everybody has this history and interconnectivity. And I love how it's woven together. And so I had heard so much negativity coming into this, and I had this cognitive dissonance because I saw reviewers saying how great it was. For a time, it had 100% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Oh, wow.
And it's been review bombed by viewers. It's like 32% by viewers.
What? Oh, fuck off.
Yeah. Yeah, right? And so I went into it absolutely open-eyed, just wanted to see what I felt about it, just like I did with Strange New Worlds, just like I did with Picard. And I really, honestly, sincerely don't care who likes or doesn't like my opinion, but I loved this series going into it. I had great warm feelings. It's not perfect. There are plenty of stuff that I went, that's not quite what I would have done. Mm-hmm. But I had the feeling that I like in good Star Trek. The characters, the camaraderie, the familial bonding between people who aren't family, but they work together in a way. You have Holly Hunter, tremendous actress, kind of at the center of this show. Paul Giamatti, who is the big bad who you see now and again, who comes in and chews on the scenery for a while in a way that Paul Giamatti, a lifetime Star Trek fan, does. And there's nothing perfect about this, but when I now, after the release, look back, I didn't talk about the premise. I talked about the politics around it. The premise is that this is after the burn. This is post-discovery. And they're rebuilding. Yeah, they're rebuilding Starfleet Academy for the first time in over 100 years. And Holly Hunter, they want to be the person that runs it, although she's kind of hesitant to do so. But I don't want to talk more about the plot. So you have new recruits and some old faces that you know, and they're all together. I will say that I'm very happy at this point, now that it's aired, to look now and watch reviews of people who are hating on this. And I'm very vindicated in seeing that it's largely, I'll self-identify, it's largely old white men who are upset about the diversity and different body types and things that are in this, that they don't like it. And also I see a lot of people retconning their advanced criticisms of a show they hadn't seen to match the narrative. And I'm happy that probably those people are going to fall by the wayside because they're making hating Star Trek part of their identity at this point. Those that I know are what I would consider fans of the series, not just fans of what's going on right now, tend to really find something to enjoy in this. Acknowledging it's brand new, there's more to fix and more to make it better. I really enjoyed it, and I'm super looking forward to seeing what they do with this series.
Well, it's probably going to be no shock or surprise to anyone else out there that I 1,000,000% agree with your assessment on this. To me, this is the best Star Trek other than Strange New Worlds since Next Generation so far. And I know that's a big statement because there's only 2 episodes out.
Yeah.
I feel that the respect and reverence that they're paying to where Star Trek started to where it is now is on another level. I was not a big fan, like yourself, John, of Discovery. It was kind of a slog to get through that series, even though I liked every actor in that series.
Yes, they're all amazing, actually.
I really felt like that they tried to become a different show every season, it felt like to me. And there was no continuity. And to me, even though Star Trek has traditionally been, hey, let's hit the big red button every episode and we're reset, there's still a continuity overall when it comes to the universe of Star Trek. And I don't feel Discovery did a good job of holding to that in any way, shape, or form. I think I got spoiled with series like Deep Space Nine, which started telling a narrative story throughout the entire run, and then Voyager and Enterprise to a degree, although I know people didn't like the last season of Enterprise in some cases. I think Strange New Worlds is doing a good job of keeping that through line, and I really enjoy it. I don't know if they're going to keep this through line through this, because honestly, I don't know if you can afford that many top-notch actors for multiple seasons.
No kidding, right?
But I love how they've woven some of the people from Discovery into this. Tig, what's her name? Tig
Notaro. Jet Reno.
And she's in this series. I know Tilly is going to be in it because of the end of Discovery, and I see her listed in the cast listings online, so I'm sure she's going to be in it, although she hasn't been to this point that I've watched so far. But I really love the fucking kids in this show. I was so worried when we heard about Starfleet Academy years ago. John,
is this going to be 90210 Star Trek?
Exactly.
That's what I was worried. Yeah.
That's what we were all worried about. We were like, oh, they're just going to make it fluff. They are striking such a wonderful balance between humor and seriousness in this series so far. I completely forgot that fear. And those kids, so far, they're younger than us. They're kids in the show. They are the biggest reason that the balance feels real. Their jobs that they're doing as actors in that series so far, holy shit. And we haven't even talked the fact that Robert Picardo is in this.
Yeah, the Doctor returns. Yeah.
The last thing is, John, did you lose count like I did at how many fucking Easter eggs there are in the first 2 episodes?
Oh, yeah.
I was pausing every 5 seconds. But
it doesn't feel like fan service. It's because they have reverence for the people we have reverence for, because they're in their past just like they're in our past. So it doesn't feel contrived. Yeah.
So I was reticent to watch this I knew I was going to watch it no matter what. Right. Yeah. But the reason why I was like Starfleet Academy, I was like, but now that I hear it's actually after Discovery, that actually makes it more interesting. because that world, the Discovery goes in the future and the burn and all that stuff. So it takes place like right after that. Like, is it like immediately after that?
It's right after Discovery ends.
Okay, so I mean, like I'm talking like months, right? Not like decades.
That's right,
like
months. It's not like decades later. It's probably a few months, maybe a year or two after. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And then it begins there. There's like a 15-year time jump in the pilot,
right?
And then we move on. So the bulk of the show has 15 years after the end of Discovery, give or take, but we're not sure exactly what it is. Yeah, basically, it's in the same time.
The fact that some of the characters are still around is not like far-fetched or anything.
Yeah, right.
It totally makes sense. Okay.
Yep.
I mean, and they have to do it that way because even though Holly Hunter is the main top-notch quality actor that's on every episode, she's not the main character.
No. Yeah. And you know that kid who looks like he was a weightlifter, he was a weightlifter. This is his first acting role.
Holy shit. Are
Could you believe that?
Me?
No, I'm not kidding you.
That kid is fucking just naturally gifted at acting then.
Yeah.
He's really fucking good.
So George knows this. I'll tell you this, Mo. I'll tell everybody this. So if you didn't care for Discovery, this takes the best parts of Discovery, kind of throws in a little Strange New Worlds flavor, kind of slows down the pace, the crazy Dutch angles of cameras, gets rid of the fast music video editing.
Oh, the MTV editing.
Keeps all the good stuff from Discovery, piles all the good stuff we've seen recently and from the past onto it. And it's full of joy and whimsy and silliness and equality and adventure and all that in a time when we could, by God, use that kind of stuff in our lives. They have it in this show. This is not the Star Trek podcast. I could rant for another 30 minutes about the things that I liked and the things that could change.
Yeah, we might need a whole new series on this.
We might need it. It's a tremendous series. And if you hate it, that's okay. But that doesn't, you don't need to make other people hate it because you don't like it. Do you hate it because you hate it to give it a chance? Or do you hate it because you were told you're going to hate it because it's not popular to like it right now? Put that out of your mind and see what it has to offer, because I was super happy with what they delivered here. So,
okay, cool.
You're going to love it, Mo. George already loves it. It's clear.
And just one last thing, comment. You talked about old white men railing against diversity. Motherfuckers, that's what Star Trek is.
I know. That's what it's based on, right?
I know. We all know that. It's right.
Infinite diversity in infinite combinations. If you haven't figured that shit out, you're not a Star Trek fan. Shut the fuck up.
Mo, you remember Let This Be Your Last Battlefield, the original Star Trek series with the guy who's white on one side and black on the other, and he's upset. Yeah. Well, so that was in 1967. That was politics.
Oh, big time.
Somehow there's one of those species here in cool. Starfleet Academy. I thought they were all dead. They thought they were the last of the race. My point is, when I saw that character, I'm like, anyone who says, oh, Star Trek shouldn't be political or shouldn't be about inclusion, that's what we've been doing for 60 years. And this series came out on the 60th anniversary of 1966 premiere of Star Trek, and couldn't be a better torch carrier for this legacy. I'm really happy with it.
All right, cool.
Yeah, so
I'm excited.
I'm going to get down off my soapbox, take a quick break, get back to tech and toys. Be sure to subscribe to or follow GenXGrownUp wherever you listen. And while you're there, rate and review the show too. It helps more than you know.
Home at last. It's time to relax and let the music wash over you like a slow, warm breeze as thoughts of rich, creamy General Foods International coffees fill your head. Sugar-free Swiss mocha, luxurious coffee with a sumptuous flavor of chocolate. And now the delicious reward, and only 30 calories. Now that's something to celebrate. Sugar-free General Foods International coffees with 100% NutraSweet.
All right, I'm going to kick off Tech and Toys with a cute little stocking stuffer I got for Christmas.
Yeah.
It's called Tiny Circuits. It's a tiny TV. It is a 1.14 inch screen. And I put a link to it, but just look at it. It comes with a remote control.
Okay.
It can hold 8 gig of video, and just USB-C. You could put any video you want to on it, and it has channels, so you can put multiple clips and have channels change on it.
Cute.
No practical purpose at all, ever. But damn, if this is not a cute little thing. They said my wife got it for me, and she, I'm a big Godzilla fan. So she actually went there and got a whole bunch of Godzilla clips from different movies, even got Godzilla versus Bambi, and put them on here.
You put the whole movie on there, probably.
She actually did put the whole thing on here.
Oh yeah. It was like a minute long, right?
She put clips from like the latest one, -0 and -1, and everything else. It is just such a neat little fun, and it has a remote control that works. So you can actually sit there and change the channels and stuff. I know it's silly.
I'm just saying, like, it's designed to be lost because at that size,
you're
never going to keep a hold of that damn
Is the remote
control.
bigger than the TV?
No, the remote's like a little itty bitty
even
thing.
tinier. Yeah.
And they have cute little things that when you turn it on, it does like the static first before it comes on, like an old style TV.
Sure.
And you turn it off, it does the same thing. Again, no purpose, no reason to exist really, other than the fact that it's a super cute little thing. And it's every time I look at it, it just makes me chuckle.
So how often do you think do you turn it on and actually play with it? Or is it just you happy knowing it's sitting there with all those clips?
No, it's every, like if I'm, because it's right over my work computer. So
that's a good plan.
If a meeting's like really boring, I'll just pull it down and I'll just kind of flip through a couple clips, and it's so small, I can put it off to the side and no one knows that I'm actually looking at a little tiny screen rather than what they're not paying attention. But yeah, it's, again, I'll put a link to it. You get it off of Amazon. It's a dumb little thing, but it's just super cute. And I think it's something worth looking at.
How expensive was it? Was it much? Was $20, $30?
It was like, it's out of stock. It's a gift. I have no idea.
Okay. All right. It was worth. We'll have a link to the out of stock item. It'll probably come back in stock.
Yeah, I'm sure it'll come back. Yeah, I'm sure it's I mean, they sold a lot. They went out of business.
Unless they lost them all. They can't find
Right,
them.
that's true. It is tiny. Let me tell you, this
In
thing
a
is
couch
itty bitty.
cushion somewhere at Amazon.
So how about you, John? What you got for us today?
So yours was a Christmas gift. Mine was something I ordered on Christmas. We've talked about this in the past before. Usually it's the day after Christmas, but historically in my family, the day after Christmas is go buy the stuff you didn't get that you wanted kind of day.
Okay.
But on Christmas Day, it was actually one of those things where my wife got a gift she wanted, but the gift she got was not what she actually needed, it turns out. So,
okay.
As we all get older, my wife gets older, she's finding that her hearing is not what it used to be. So when she watches TV, she has a wireless headset that she plugs into the output on the receiver, wears the headphones so she can hear, captions and everything. Just otherwise she can't hear clearly, doesn't enjoy the shows.
Yeah. And
that headset is getting older and not holding a charge. I don't know if you price wireless headsets, but a decent one, upwards of $150 these days. They're pretty steep.
I mean, yeah.
For good ones, yeah.
So she was gifted a wireless headset, but it wasn't compatible with actually talk. It was really for computers. It wasn't for an entertainment center. So I'm like, how can we solve your problem, honey? So I ran the steps back. What do you actually want? I want to put on headphones to hear the TV. And I'm like, well, you have headphones and they're Bluetooth. So what if I just get a Bluetooth transmitter that hooks up to the entertainment center? So that's what I found for her.
Really?
I found this company called One Me, kind of like the Wii had Mii's, MII. It's called One Me Bluetooth transmitter. And Mo, you're very famous for saying it just works. Which is true of this one, but it more than just works, they set you up for success in so many ways. I could imagine someone who's not an audiophile or very technical getting a lesser product with lesser accessories and going, oh no, back to Amazon to buy an adapter. This thing comes with more shit than I needed.
Oh, that's
it has
good.
the little piece of hardware that's it looks like a Roku box. It's a little, 3-inch by 3-inch box with antennas, but it has headphone to RCA. Headphone to headphone, optical plugs from one end to the other, 5 different ways you can hook this thing up. Power adapter, power brick, all comes with it. And when you're all done, you kind of hold down this button in the middle and pair whatever headphones you have with it. Plus, you can pair multiple headphones with it simultaneously. So if two people want to watch something together and you both want to wear your own headphones or earbuds or whatever, you can both listen to it. And I think it was, I don't know, I just asked you the price of what yours was, but I'm going to say it was like $30, $20, $30. I don't know, maybe $35. I remember not being too steep. And it was on Christmas Day. And I went, honey, this will fix your problem and use the headphones you have. And she's like, let's do it. It came in. It probably took me in total, dismantling the old one and installing the new one, a total of 15 minutes. And she has her earbuds paired with it. She has a nice set of over-ear earphones paired with it.
Oh, so
and she can pair more with
that's
it.
interesting.
Yeah, change them out. Exactly. Whatever she's in the mood for. If one's making her ears hot, she can switch to her little Apple, ear pod thing. So, So if you are getting older like us and you're listening to this, you may be, and you find that you like to listen with headphones or whatever, it had occurred to me to get one of these to adapt your existing entertainment center to headphones. And this works really well. And again, Mo, I will share with you a link down in the put in the show notes or someone take a look.
Okay.
So I have a question because I wanted you to get through because I was going to see if you would answer this, but you didn't.
Oh, yeah.
You mentioned that it's basically the size of a Roku, but you talked about this is great for hooking up to an entertainment center. And I'm not sure what you mean by entertainment center, because to me, entertainment center is the big wooden thing that we stuck TVs and everything else inside.
I should have said receiver is what I should have said, I guess.
Okay, so audio receiver. So this would not be ideal then if somebody uses an Amazon stick or a Roku device or something like that, because they don't have inputs on them to connect this device to.
All you need is an output. So if the device has any audio output, now Roku maybe not specifically.
But they don't.
But you could have RCA out. It could have a headphone jack.
But the TV itself would, wouldn't it?
You would need some output of whether it's the TV or your receiver or something like that, not just like a stick. You're right. Yeah.
Gotcha. I mean, maybe the TV's output that you would normally connect up to a sound bar.
Mm-hmm. I would think so. Yes. If it had any audio out, because it has a regular headphone jack, it has the coaxial, it has the optical, and all those different options. Right. You just need an audio output, and this seems to be able to handle it.
Quick question then. Is there any latency?
I was worried about that. No. It seems to adjust itself very well. I mean, she only sits, admittedly, I don't know, 10 foot from the TV, 15 foot, whatever, but she's experienced. I told her, I said, we might send it back if it has any like lip flap or, it's not out of sync. She's had no reports of that. So surprised me.
I think that depends mostly on the Bluetooth version. Older Bluetooth versions did have a lot of latency. I still have it with some of the devices on, like our old car that has a really old Bluetooth version in its radio. There's still a lot of sync issues with that. But newer Bluetooth versions, I think, have pretty much solved the latency.
And this one uses 5.2. Yeah.
There you go.
Okay.
There you go.
There you go.
Yeah. It surprised me too, Mo. That was my main concern, and I forgot to mention it. It worked really well. So cool. George, what about you? What do you got in the world of tech and toys? Yours, luckily, is a toy. Ours is just nerdy tech.
Yes. Yeah. Well, I'm going to run through this really quickly because we talk so long on Star Trek. I don't want to waste any time, and I usually talk a lot. But I got for Christmas a completely unexpected gift because I had told the entire family I don't want any gifts this Christmas. I told all the kids, your gift to me is you saving money so I don't have to keep bailing your ass out when you run out of money during the year. That was my gift. But one of my children, Michael, he went out and picked up a whole bunch of stuff because he wanted to have a real Christmas setting because we haven't been able to do it with Grace's stroke and all. So he bought Christmas lights and set up all the Christmas trees, all this stuff himself one night.
Good man.
And as part of that, he decided he wanted to get gifts for me and Grace and Grandma and his brothers. And he did. And what he got for me is the Lego Super Mario Game Boy set, 72046 for those who like the numbers. It's $60 on Amazon. He went out and picked it up at Walmart, so I'm not sure what he paid for it at that point, but I got it. I looked at it for a day or two, and then I said, fuck it, I'm just going to build it. And I was very happy because of two things. Number one, it's a fun set. Number two, it did not take me a long time to build. Some of these more intricate sets, like that 2600 Lego set, those take days for me. And I did spread this build out over a couple of days, but it was only because I worked for like 10 minutes and then stopped, and then 10 minutes and then stopped. And then finally, in the last little rush on the last day, I think I worked for maybe 45 minutes or something and got it all finished up. It's a super simple build, and you can see it come together, which some Lego sets, you can't always see how things are going to go.
Yeah, that's fun. You can.
Yeah, and so if you miss something, you get lost going back and figuring out. That's not the case with this set. Everything makes logical sense. All the pieces are easy to understand. It's got some cute little lenticular screens with it and that you can swap in and out. One of them is the Nintendo logo that would scroll down the Game Boy screen when you first turned it on. The other one is for the Super Mario game. And this other cartridge, you build two cartridges that actually plug into the back of it. I'm showing it to the guys on camera right now.
At this resolution, just looks like a Game Boy from here.
Me too. I'm like, that looks like a Game Boy.
Well, and that's the reason why people have built kits to turn it into a functional Game Boy.
Oh, jeez.
But it's Legend of Zelda. And you get the lenticular screen for it, Super Mario Brothers, and the Nintendo load screen.
Nice.
It comes with a nice little stand as well. What I really appreciate is their use of the rubber bands and the rubber gasket Lego pieces so that the button pushing feels like it does.
They depress? Like they move?
They depress.
Oh, that's great.
The D-pad and everything. It was a very smart. The D-pad is simplicity in itself. You know, the little cross single 4-piece that they have for Legos. It's a standard piece.
Yeah.
But that's a perfect D-pad
Sure.
for the Game Boy.
And so that perfect scale.
$60. It's a fun build. If you're a fan of Game Boy, you'll probably enjoy it. If you're a fan of Lego, you'll probably enjoy it. If you're a fan of both, you'll absolutely enjoy it.
Double enjoy it.
Yeah, I highly recommend it. It's well worth it. And $60 is not a bad price for the set in today's Lego economy.
No. Yeah.
Especially with that whole new smart brick introduction that they did at CES when John was there. Stuff's going to get expensive again with them.
Yep.
So grab these kind of sets while you can. I think they're well worth it.
Looks fun.
Very cool.
Excellent. Each episode of Gen X Grown Up has show notes loaded with links where you can learn more about our topics. And there's even more to see and hear over at GenXGrownUp.com.
It's a great brand taste with a twist. Brand new Bran Muffin Crisp.
What's the twist? Now you can have the good things you get in a Bran Muffin in a crispy, good-tasting, high-fiber cereal. Bran Muffin Crisp.
Raisins and almonds you can't resist in new Bran Muffin Crisp.
Here's another nice twist. Get a full rebate on new Bran Muffin Crisp or a second box free. See specially marked packages for details.
The goodness of Bran with a twist. Brand new Bran Muffin Crisp.
This is the main event of the podcast. For the 3 in attendance locally and the millions listening around the world. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time!
All right, it's time to talk about games. And like I said at the end of the last segment, I want to get through this stuff as quickly as possible because we got a really great question that's going to really piss a lot of people off when we get to it. So, John, let's jump up with you. I know what you're going to talk about because I watched a little bit of the live stream you did on this.
Yeah,
that's right. Yeah, Mo did too. So this is a game. I think it came out in 2023, maybe. So it's a couple of years old. I just came across it. My wife actually stumbled across it and said, "I think you're going to like this game. It reminds me of Portal." And I'm like, "Okay, yeah." Well, everybody's mimicking Portal these days. Well, it's not like a clone of Portal. It's Portal in that it's a mind-twisting kind of crazy game. It's called Viewfinder. Shortly after I bought it, it was on sale for like $7. It's normally $16. I got it for like $7 on Is There Any Deal. Then it went free on Epic for a little while. I know a few of you picked it up there. Here's the idea of Viewfinder. You find this out in the first couple of levels. You are in a simulation that for whatever reason in this simulation, you're trying to find the solution to something in the real world. You figure that out throughout the course of the game. I'm not going to spoil that. But when you're in this simulation, you can pick up photographs or paintings or objects in the world that are photography or art. And when you place them somewhere in the world, they become part of the world. So if you have a picture of an environment with some stairs on it and you drop those, you can walk up those stairs. It's real. Or if you have an area that you can't traverse and you take a picture of a wall and turn it sideways, that's a bridge. You can walk across it. I'm mentioning the very most simplistic versions of how the game works. Later, you pick up oil paintings that you can walk through. Ultimately, you get a camera, like Polaroid. You can take your own pictures of anything in the world and solve these puzzles. Sometimes you need the photos to take a picture of a battery. So you have 2 batteries now because you can walk in the world and pick up the thing you took a picture of now and use it in the world. Sometimes you take pictures of things because if you approach them in the real world, they break. But if you approach them in a picture, they don't. I say mind-bending, and I am not exaggerating. It is mind-bending. The first time you see it and you drop a picture, you start walking, you go, whoa, okay, I think I get it. And then about every 20 minutes in the game, I experienced a new, whoa, I didn't know that was going to happen. And that would be fun for 30 minutes if that was a one-trick pony. But I'm just about at the end of this game. I think I've invested about 10 hours in it, so it's very manageable. What I'll tell you about this game is that every 5 or 6 little levels you go through, they introduce something new you didn't see coming. And just when you're like, I've got a handle on this, just give me the next puzzle. Like, oh yeah, but what if the camera's on a tripod and has a timer and you can't move it? Oh, well now I got to figure something new out, right? They keep changing things on you. And I can't, a company called Sad Owl Studios put this out. I highly recommend it. I got lots of comments on the live stream you mentioned, which by the way, Mo, I'm going to give you a link to put in the show notes if you would, please, sir. I got several comments going, well, you made me buy it. You made me buy it. It's kind of that kind of game. It's like once you see someone playing it, if it's for you at all, you're going to go, I got to get in that world.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I was one of the ones who picked, because you said, pick it up. It's free on Epic. So I went and grabbed it and I played it. And this game will make your head hurt. You know,
in a good way.
Yeah, in a good way. Because like you said, it's the way you drop a scene in.
Yeah.
At first you just drop it, it looks the same, but the way they did it, that you kind of walk around it, you kind of see how it fell, I guess. I don't know the right word for it.
Mm-hmm.
They did so well. Like it looks like it was there. Like even if, like there's a crayon drawing, I think, or something you could drop.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And also I'm like walking in this crayon drawing part of the world. It was crazy. Like I said, it was very, very interesting. It's nice, creative too. I thought it was original.
Yeah. Yeah. I really dig it. I think if you like those sort of puzzle games, especially, this is one that will keep you intrigued. Kept me coming back. Mark of a good game like this is it keeps you thinking when you're not playing, so you're eager to get back to it. That's kind of how I felt with it. Viewfinder, name of the game. Link to the live stream and the game on Steam in the show notes, of course. Mo, what about you? You've been jumping back into something from quite a ways ago.
Yeah. So this is a game that came out in 2010. I'm a big fan of Fallout. Everyone knows this. And I was watching a new Fallout show, which is really good, by the way. And the new season, I was watching the show, the first episode, and I was like, wait a minute. I remember that from the game. Like they were in a place. I'm like, I remember that location from the game.
Oh, yeah. Cool.
And it was in New Vegas. So I said, let me reinstall New Vegas. I started playing it thinking like, I just want to kind of see, I saw it on a TV show and I want to see it like in the computer. I was curious how close they got it, that kind of thing. I wound up playing New Vegas for like 10 hours. I forgot how much that game like just totally sucked me in the first time. And it's been so long since I played it. A lot of it, I'm like, oh yeah, I didn't exactly remember what happened, but after I did, I'm like, oh, of course that's what happens. I can tell you this, that one, if you haven't played Fallout New Vegas, you should definitely play it. Right now you get it dirt cheap because the game is 16 years old.
16 years ago that game
16 years old, and it plays, it doesn't look dated when you play it. You know, some of the graphics maybe, but the gameplay, everything else does not feel dated at all. And if you're a fan of the Fallout show, you know, in a way, it'd be kind of cool if I hadn't played this game before and to be able to like watch the show and then go in and find these places.
It'd be reversed. You're like, oh, I saw that in the show instead of, oh, I saw the game in the, yeah, that's cool.
You know, and if that reason alone is worth it, because I can tell you the TV show did an amazing job of replicating that world in real life, so to speak, building the models. I mean, even little tiny details of, you know, there's a thing where there's I won't call it a town. There's a place called Novak. And the reason why it's called Novak is it was a motel and there was a no vacancy sign, but the rest of the letters fell off.
That's all that's left.
That's all that's left is Novak. So everyone calls it Novak. And it has like one of these like big model dinosaurs in it. Like,
out front.
Just, like a tourist kind of thing. And in the game, when you play it, you go up there because that's where they park their sniper. That's what watching out for bad guys coming. And in the first episode, of Fallout, they had somebody up there with a sniper rifle,
up at the dinosaur,
shooting out of the dinosaur's mouth. You know,
there you go.
Again, it was just so well done and really fun. And again, it's a game that I was surprised I played it as much as I did, having already gone through it probably 2 or 3 times. And so, if we're looking for a good old game that's dirt cheap.
Yeah.
Can't go too wrong with Fallout.
If you haven't played it, it's new to you.
It's new to you, and you get it for like $4 or $5 at most, I think, right now. So that's what I got. So George, you got something that looks oddly familiar again.
Well, yeah, I don't know if I talked about this game or not, but if I did, I don't give a shit because I'm going to talk about it again, and then we're going to move on.
It's a variant of it, obviously, right?
Yeah. So Pinball FX is a virtual pinball platform that's very well known. It's been around for years. It's on Steam. But there is also a virtual reality version that you can use on your Go or in, you know, Oculus Quest 2, whatever they're called these days. I don't know. They got 20 million of these things out there now. But the reason why I'm really enjoying this is because of a thing that I think I've already talked about on the show. And I know John might be getting ready to do a review for a product called the X Gaming TV V2 something or other. It's got all these terms and I'm just all discombobulated. But what makes this experience whole is the combination of the virtual pinball world that they set up and built and the combination of the physical controller together. So the physical controller, it's on a stand that can raise up and down with a couple of like a little pull tab thing in the back that you can raise it and lock it into a higher position. So you can set it for any person's height, which is really nice. It makes it very accessible for anybody, little kids all the way up to big, tall adults like myself. And then you put on that Quest 2 system and it comes with this little Bluetooth dongle that you plug into your Quest 2 that connects you directly to that controller. And then when you load the game on your Quest 2 Pinball FX VR, it knows that you've connected the controller because of the Bluetooth dongle, and it loads a special version of Pinball FX VR that's specifically geared for using the controller with. So when you're walking around in the little arcade and all the pinball machines are around and you want to walk up to one and you click the button on your controller to play it, then it says, oh, do you want to play this in X gaming mode? If so, put your controllers in these little holes that are at the top of the control deck and then press the 2 buttons on the side. And when you do, it reorients your video screen that's in front of your eyes to where now you're directly in front of the machine. Your hands are on the machine in the virtual world and you're feeling the physical buttons that are on the control deck. And it's perfectly sized to work right with your view. And so I have found now that since I've had the system set up and running, I probably go play this thing maybe 2-3 times a day.
Wow.
Just play 1 or 2
and
games?
To be able to just walk up to a pinball machine system in your own home and play it for 10 or 15 minutes and then go do something else. For somebody like myself who really enjoys pinball, it is the reason why I'm ready to retire at this point. I don't give a shit about work. I don't care. I just want to have the freedom to walk up and play Elvira, Mistress of the Dark, or Addams Family, or Taxi, or any of the other like real world pinball machines that are in this, as well as the specifically built for the virtual world pinball machines like the Battlestar Galactica machine that's on this thing. It's just so much fun.
So a couple of things. One is, so I'm just picturing my head like this control panel could be almost against a wall, right?
It can. 100%.
Which is like bizarre. Imagine someone standing there playing pinball against a wall. But besides that, do they do it so the VR, like, things like if I leaned over the table, do I lean? And so I can like look and try to find, you see what's going on. You kind of move your head around. It does that. Okay. That's pretty cool. That's pretty damn cool.
Yeah. And, sometimes I know people worry about getting nauseous with VR and that kind of thing. None of that in this game. When you're walking around, it's very smooth. There's no lag or anything like that. There's a lot of fun things that you can do in and with the setup of the arcade. You can move pinball machines around. You can change objects up on the wall. And there's like little bookcases where you can display the trophies that you can win from playing the pinball machines, and achieving different things. So you get to actually see and hold your physical achievements as opposed to just seeing them in a Steam list. I think it may be my favorite application in VR today. And I was blessed because the people over at Zen Studios who make the system, they gifted me all the tables and all the stuff. So I don't have to buy any of it. So I know that maybe my evaluation of this product is a little bit unfair and it won't be the reality of other people. I will say every pinball machine in there is playable for a timed amount until you're ready to buy it.
To see if you're going to like it.
I think you get to play like 2 or 3 minutes at a time, which for some people, that may be all you need. Right?
That's 2 games.
Yeah.
I've lost 6 balls.
Do they have the Godzilla table?
Yeah. Oh, there's 3 Godzilla tables.
Oh, crap.
You got him.
Yeah. There's 3 Godzilla tables. And you do get some stuff for free if you buy this console deck that I'm talking about. It gives you some, because the Pinball FX VR game itself costs money, which is unusual. Most of the time, these platforms are free and you buy the tables only. But the VR version of this, they do sell it, I think, because of the whole Facebook Quest store. I don't think it's Pinball FX in Studios. I think it's the Facebook assholes charging for it. But yeah, it's a great system. You don't have enough room in your house maybe for 20 pinball machines. Okay. You don't need them anymore. If you spend, a few $100s, because that console, it's not cheap, but it's a beast. It is very durable. It's very solid. It's a good system. Yeah. And then you can use it for other things too, because it's a full arcade cabinet control deck that you can hook up to a PC or a PlayStation or an Xbox. And when you want to play your favorite Street Fighters or Mortal Kombats or any arcade game, it's a control deck for that arcade game that you're playing on your big screen TV that you don't have to drive to your local barcade to go play now. you can play it right there in your house with the right controls for maybe one of the first times in a long time.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, definitely not a one-trick pony, this thing. Very impressive. Yeah.
I don't know, just the pinball by itself, I think would be almost enough, to be honest.
Right, and then there's
That's all
everything
I've
else
used
it
it for.
does. Exactly, yeah.
If you're a die-hard Gen X grown-up, you can pledge your support by clicking join on YouTube or by becoming a patron at genxgrownup.com/Patreon.
Weaver presents mini drums. Chicken nuggets your whole family will love. Delicious chicken that's bite-sized and boneless.
Nobody knows chicken like the folks at Weaver.
Mini drums are plump, tender chicken that's crisp and tasty and seasoned just right. They're fun to dip because they're delicious nuggets of fresh-tasting, juicy chicken from Weaver.
Nobody knows chicken like the folks at Weaver.
We are winding out the back end of this show, and as we always like to do, stop just for a moment and talk about the things we're looking at right now, we're looking forward to between now and the next time we get a chance to sit down and record. Why don't we start with you, Mo? Tell us what you have on your horizon.
Let's see. There's a sequel to the 28 Years Later movie. There's a part 2 coming up called 28 Years Later, The Bone Temple. A lot of people didn't like. I liked 28 Years Later. I thought it was a decent movie.
What?
I liked it.
We know you didn't.
I liked it.
Wow.
Yeah, I liked it. So I'm willing to see the next one. Then there's another one coming out on the 23rd of January, Return to Silent Hill. That is based on the video game.
Right.
It looks creepy, weird, just like the game does. So it looks like a pretty fun adaptation. What I'm most looking forward to, because I'm curious more than anything else, is Wonder Man on Disney Plus on 1/27. And if you for those who don't know, Wonder Man is a superhero from the Marvel Universe who wants to be an actor, actually. But the thing is that when I say he is like super strong and super environment. I mean, he's like up there, Thor level kind of power kind of deal. But he's a struggling actor.
Okay.
And his comic book was very funny. It was very like a lot of humor in it. You know, here's a guy who oh, you're invulnerable. We'll use this as a stunt person.
All right.
Go in the car while we blow it up, because you won't get hurt, that kind of thing. So I'm curious because I saw the trailer and it just looks like a fun show. So that's what I'm kind of looking forward to. So we'll see how Disney does with this one. How about you, George? What are you looking forward to?
Well, I'm also looking forward to Wonder Man for obvious reasons that you've already talked about. I think it's going to be a fun show. It's funny because one of the parts of the trailer that I think is interesting that they decided to put this in the show, when he goes up to sign in for an audition because he wants to be on the Wonder Man show,
right?
He has to sign a disclaimer saying he's not an actual superhero, which I think is really funny. And I can't wait to see how that plays out. The second thing I'm looking forward to that comes out on January 30th is a movie called Send Help. And I only found this because I watched an 1.5 hour long trailer montage on YouTube. So, one of those things that says the best trailers, blah, blah, blah. It was an 1 hour and 29 minutes, this trailer montage.
Oh my God.
So I watched a film of trailers and this was in there. It's called Send Help, Rachel McAdams and Dylan O'Brien. And they get stranded on an island, and it looks to me to be a slightly funny version of Misery because of the actors in it, but I think it's going to be horror as well.
Yeah.
So it's like, because he looks like he's disabled in a little bit of the trailer, but then later on he's up walking, so maybe he gets better. I don't know. Rachel McAdams and Dylan O'Brien, I love both of them. I think it's going to be a great film. Cool. But the thing I'm looking forward to the most, and I think it's because I've been on this kick of historical drama, old public domain stories. They've got a new one on a thing that I've never heard of called Daily Wire Plus. I don't know what Daily Wire Plus is. It's another Plus streaming thing, I guess.
Really? I've never heard of it.
Yeah.
Right.
Hadn't either. But it's called The Pendragon Cycle: Rise of Merlin. So I think this is going to be an Arthurian legend tale, but more specifically about Merlin than about Arthur and the Knights of the Round Table. So, that's a character that kind of gets a little overlooked in the legend sometimes. He's always this mystical figure and everything, but he doesn't get a lot of airtime in the story. And I think it would be very interesting because the last time that character had a lot of airtime in any telling of the Arthurian tale was probably the old movie from the 80s, Excalibur.
Oh, I was thinking Disney, but okay.
Yeah.
The Sword in the Stone.
Yeah.
That's about it.
Sword in the Stone didn't have a lot of Merlin, though. I mean, it had some.
Yeah, he was in there, but okay, I get your point though.
He wasn't the primary character, certainly.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And this, I think he's the primary character. So
gotcha.
I'm looking forward to that. John, what about you? What are you looking forward to?
Yeah, so we've been a big fan of Ghosts, the I think CBS series, I don't know, whatever, network series, which was spawned off of the UK version of Ghosts.
Yeah.
I recently found out there's an Australian version that just started of Ghosts.
Oh, really?
And it's really good. Again, they can't miss with this thing. I've watched about the first 3 or 4 episodes. So I'm looking forward to watching more of that. It's like any of them, it takes a little time to go, wait a minute, I don't know these characters, but as soon as you start to, it's the same kind of cool gags and jokes and storylines. It's fun. That's out now. You can go and download it and stream it or wherever. I think it's on Amazon Prime. You can watch it. Yeah, it's out there.
Is it just called Ghosts again?
Even the US. It's called Ghosts Australia. Yeah.
Okay.
Let's see. January 22nd on HBO Max, Mel Brooks, The 99-Year-Old Man. It's a 2-part documentary about the life and history and career of Mel Brooks. He's still kicking. I mean, he's involved in the new Spaceballs movie right now.
Yeah.
I mean, he is still, what a career this guy has had. And breaking barriers and in comedy is tremendous. So looking forward to learning more about his storied career. And it's all, it's going to be full of interviews with people that absolutely adore him. And you're going to learn more about all the nice things he's done. He's just such a great character. So January 22nd on that one. And of course, if you didn't guess from early on, looking forward to more and more and more of Star Trek Starfleet Academy. Airs on Paramount Plus on Thursdays. I heard Kurtzman say that, this could theoretically run forever because in a couple of years, these people graduate, new cadets come in, you could have new teachers come in, you could keep cranking this out with stories. And there's a big twist in Starfleet Academy I'm not even going to tell you about, Mo, about how the Academy works and where it's located. And just figure that on your own.
Oh, yeah.
Totally not going to tell you. But yeah, more of that coming. So that's what I have coming up. Now, I want to thank a new patron that joined us. But before I do, Mo, I know that one of the benefits that patrons get is the opportunity to ask us a question that we'll answer right here on the podcast. And I see you have one teed up for us here.
Yeah, this is from Stuart, longtime supporter of the show. He said, "Hey guys, with my inadvertent spare time, not sure why it's inadvertent, but he has it. I've rewatched some old favorites, Trek, Wars, 78 Battlestar Galactica." He says, "And I hate to admit it, but some of them really don't hold up like they used to. My question is, what GXG media staples don't hold up for you, grown-ups?" So, yeah, I've been thinking about this. I have one that popped in my head.
Go for it.
Three's Company.
Wow.
Okay.
Because it's the whole thing of
is it the tone?
Well, one is like the fact that, a guy can't live with 2 women. Like that's inappropriate. You can't do that. And then all the homophobic jokes that Ritter had to have because he had to pretend to be gay.
For Mr. Furley.
For Mr. Furley.
And Norman Fell character and his wife.
Yeah.
What was his name?
They were
Furley and whatever.
And Don Knotts too. Wasn't he in there or something?
Don
like that?
Knotts became the landlord after the husband and wife left.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there's a different. What's the first landlord? I can't think of his name, but yes, he was always pretending. And,
always pretending.
And the jokes, and he always the wide eyes, like, oh my goodness. Right?
Yeah. So again, it's just I was thinking back. I'm like, wow, just the whole premise of that one just really just wouldn't work at all today at all. So. Yeah, that's the first one that popped in my head. How about you, John? You have something in mind?
Yeah. First, I want to give honorable mention to one that does hold up surprisingly well. And Stuart's kind of got me down the path of TV shows. That's what he mentioned. He said media, but I'm surprised that WKRP holds up surprisingly well if you go back and watch it.
Okay.
I don't know why it is, but in a way that some of my favorite nighttime dramas did not. You know how much I love The Incredible Hulk and $6 Million Man and Greatest American Hero. They're hard for me to watch full episodes on normal 1x speed. It's not the tone or the topic, the subject matter like it is for you, Mo. For me, for these shows, it's the pacing. Remember, this is when a television show was like 50 minutes long. It's not 44 minutes. So it's a lot more content. Editing and pacing was so much slower, different sensibilities. I'm like, do we have to watch that guy park the car, get out of the car, walk up the sidewalk, just jump to opening the door? The pacing is really slow on these things. Like I would like re-edits to make them 35 minutes long each. The acting and stuff is fine. It's the pacing I find challenging. A lot of those. What about you, George?
I definitely can see that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's like when I saw the question, that's why I wanted to get to it so quickly. There's about 20 of them that pop into my head.
There's a lot,
that don't hold up well.
All right, let's go. Number one.
I'm going to go. Yeah, I'm going to go to the movie route, though, and I'm going to go with Tron, oddly enough. Tron doesn't hold up.
Yeah.
Its story is thin.
Very thin. It's
the
an excuse to
visuals-
have computer graphics. I mean,
Yeah, I keep giving the visuals the excuse of for what they were in the day.
Mm-hmm.
And it's true. They were outstanding for
Back
that
in the
time
day.
frame. They don't hold up now. It's that simple. I mean,
True.
you know, it's not far removed from Hardware Wars in some cases as far as the visuals and camera are done. But I still love it, just like I love a lot of things. I mean, you know, if you want to go tone, there's some shows that we've talked about on this podcast, like Dukes of Hazzard.
Yeah,
Doesn't really hold up with the right tone today. But Tron it's a beloved thing for me that doesn't hold up. 78 Battlestar Galactica, like Stuart mentions, that still holds up for me. I still kind of like that one. I still go back and watch it once in a while.
Yeah.
Tron is a little bit of a struggle to get through.
okay.
So you can appreciate it, but not as the movie was intended to be. You appreciate rewatching it, what you remembered about it. But
nostalgia side of it.
As a fresh eyes, I can see. Yeah, I understand.
Yeah. All right. Well, hey, that's a great question, Stuart. And
Thanks,
for those
Stuart.
of you who are listening, if you want to get your question on the show, it's super easy. Just go to GenXGrownUp.com/Patreon. Little as $1 a month. Submit your question and you'll probably get asked right here on the show.
Usually. And I want to thank a brand new patron that joined during the break while we were on break. Susan J. did what Mo said. Headed over to GenXGrownUp.com/Patreon. Opened up her heart and her wallet. Said, I want to support what you guys do. And we certainly appreciate you for doing that. You're joining a roster of amazing people. So thank you, Susan. And thank you, Stuart, for that cool question. All right, that is going to just about wrap it up for this edition of the show. Don't worry, though. If you're worried, we're going to be back in 2 weeks with another one. And next week, though, is our backtrack, where we pick a single nostalgic topic and dig in deep. And Mo, would you like to do the honors and let the fourth listener know what's coming their way next week?
Oh, sure. I mean, you guys remember running home from school, turning on TV to watch old reruns of Gilligan's Island and, you know, I Love Lucy. Or worst case, you missed a show on prime time and you had to wait like half a year to watch it again.
Yep.
Well, that's what we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about the rise and fall of the rerun.
Yeah, they've dramatically changed. Like they're there, but way higher than
Yeah, not the same.
You don't want to miss that one. I hope you will join us for that. Until then, I am John. George, thank you so much for being here.
Yes, sir.
Mo, you know I appreciate you, sir.
Always fun, man.
Fourth listener, it's you we all three appreciate most of all, though. We can't wait to talk to you again next time. Bye-bye.
See you guys.
Take care, everybody.
No life, no fun. Don't you know that you're a grown-up?
Gen X Grown Up is a member of the Evergreen Podcast family. Learn more at evergreenpodcasts.com.
Watching shows till sunrise. Unacceptable for grown-ups. Your dinner cannot just be french fries. Basically, life sucks as a grown-up.
George, asshole 1 to asshole 2. Do you remember that line? No, it was in Star Trek. It was in Star Trek. When you rewatch it, you'll go,
from the
yeah.
thing. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
When they were on the,
Yes.
Yeah.
I
You were
love
talking
that.
about something that happened 10 years ago, but it was yesterday. I'm turning away. Yeah, this is it right here.
Wow, it looks really good.
Tastes great. Less filling.
Fucking stupid Alexa telling a
She doing a
joke.
commercial? What's she doing for you?
She does jokes for me on Fridays.
Okay.